Fishy jerks. Ah. That is me. That is me singing, by the way. Very poorly, but that is me.
I think you have a wonderful voice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Priscilla. Hey, baby. Hi, everybody. Hi. Real quick, do our normal thing. If you are new here, people are just barely trickling in. If you are new here, the whole first half of this conversation, we're not going to be looking at the chat whatsoever. We won't be saying hi. We won't see people, anything like that. So if you've got questions or you try and get our attention, we're just not going to see it. The second half, we will open it up to questions from you guys from the chat. And we are going to try and keep this one close to an hour. Keni does have some things. He's got kids. He's got little kids that need to go to sleep. So we're going to keep it as close as possible. So it'll be roughly a half an hour. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Keni, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's see. I know, Keni, you live in Schenectady, New York. Is it in Schenectady or by?
I live in Schenectady, yeah.
Okay. Which is not super far from us. What did we figure out? It's like 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, 2:45, something like that.
Yeah. Pretty. Yeah, you're one of the closest people to me. I mean, there's a few others, but you're one of the closest people.
I think the closest one to me is Pharrell's.
Yeah.
Pharrell's.
Yeah, they're north. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They're a little ways north. They live in a beautiful area too.
Or actually, no, I take that back. KJE, Keith, he's 12 minutes from me.
Yeah, he's in Scotia, right?
Yeah, yep.
Scotia, Schenectady.
Scotia.
Where the Farrells live, and I don't know if that's Farrells or Farrells, because I've always called them Farrell just because I like the name of it, the Farrell family. Like, but it's a beautiful, beautiful area up there. The Adirondacks. If people ever come to New York State at all and they want to look at, nice nature scenery, I always tell them Adirondacks is where to go. It's beautiful.
Fun fact, I actually did the 46ers challenge.
Nice.
Which is hiking all 46 of the high peaks in the Adirondacks.
Yeah.
So
yeah, people don't know that about New York State. No, it's obviously not like the Rockies. It's obviously not like the big mountains. It's not Denali. It's not all those mountains in the out west. But New York State does have quite a few. There's 46 just in the Adirondacks that are above.
It's above 4,000 feet. Anything above 4,000 feet is considered one of the high peaks.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
I think the tallest is Mount Marcy, and I believe that's 6,200 feet above sea level.
Gotcha. Which, again, is nothing compared to out west. But for the East Coast, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Come on, guys.
And they're beautiful hikes, too. So
yeah. Again, it's a beautiful, beautiful area. We try to go up almost every October. We go up for our anniversary, and we usually stay on this side of it, like Old Forge area. But the whole place is amazing, and it is the biggest park in the United States.
Yep,
it's bigger than Yosemite. I don't know. There's like 5 national parks that it's larger than. It is just a massive area. Okay. Anyways. So I know you live there.
Yep.
I know you have young kids. I know you like to show your ass on Instagram. Instagram.
Yeah.
But that's about it. So let's dig in. Are you from New York? Have you lived here your whole life?
Yeah, most of my life. I mean, I've moved to other places and stuff, but like I've lived in Scotland. I've lived in a couple other states, working out of state and living there. But yeah, mostly New York.
Gotcha. What made you go to Scotland?
A woman.
Okay. All right. That's a good reason to go to Scotland. And do you have Scottish blood ancestry, anything like that?
Yeah. So I'm Irish, Scottish, Danish, and Native American.
Gotcha. Excuse me. Half Scottish as well. My dad's side of the family is Scottish. My mom's is Italian. So
yeah. I could see it. You could be like my slightly older brother.
Slightly. Thank you. You're so nice. Oh, nope. Not looking at the chat. I just saw Patty's comment. Hi, Patty. And she wants to ask you a question later about kilts. So we'll have to remember to come back to that. But most of your life's been in New York and around Schenectady, around that
Yeah,
area?
yeah. I mean, I've moved up, up north, closer to the Farrells. I've lived up there for 2 years or so, and stuff, but mostly around this area. Yeah,
Gotcha. It's home for sure.
yeah.
Gotcha. And what kind of different? Let's start way at the beginning. What was your very first job that you got paid for legally?
So my very first job, I worked I worked on a maintenance crew that maintained hiking trails and stuff. So we'd go through in the early spring and replace all the wood treads and the steps and stuff like that, and clean up the trails and stuff. That was my very first job. And then
Nice.
I think after that I worked I worked for a Italian restaurant. I worked there. I started there as a dishwasher, and then I worked there for 2.5 years, I think it was. And when I left, I was a line cook. So,
Oh, nice.
and
Okay.
then other jobs, after that, I worked for a pallet company for 10 years. I worked as a forklift operator. And I mean, I pretty much did everything for that company that there is, from driving tractor trailers to running excavators and running forklifts and everything else. And
And you said a pellet company, like pellets for like pellet stoves or what?
no, pallet, like wood
Pallet.
pallets.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I thought
So
it was pellet.
I worked for a company that repaired broken pallets and resold them, or made custom sized pallets for orders and stuff like that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then I worked for them
Pellet.
for 10 years, and then I worked for one of their competitors for 7 years. And let's see what else. Now I'm a mason, so I do masonry work. Spring, summer, and fall. And in the wintertime, I work for the same company, but I do snow removal. I'm a equipment operator, so I run a 944 Hyundai loader, the big 18-foot push on the front of it.
Yeah, you're one of the people that make it possible for us to live up here.
Yeah, oh yeah, yep. And I mean, I often get called out of state too. Like I've this past winter, I've worked down in Virginia when DC, Virginia, and Maryland all got hit with that snowstorm. I was down there for a week.
Yeah.
And, I worked 118 hours that week,
Jesus.
and
I bet your
just
ass was sore.
yeah,
I
just
don't mean that in a, it's just you're sitting in that,
just
driving that the whole time.
yeah, just
You know?
driving around, clearing roads, clearing bank parking lots and stuff, and opening shit up so the city can keep running,
Yeah, yeah.
and helping people get off of I-95 because they were stuck there and everything else. And
Yeah, they're not used to that. I mean, up here,
yeah,
we're every little town, every little village has their own snow moving equipment and a lot of it. I mean, we have a lot of it.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, it was crazy down there. I mean, it looked like a war zone kind of. There's this random cars left in the middle of the road, and we're doing 60 down a back road that's bumpy in a whiteout, and dodging trees that are falling down everywhere. 'Cause, it's just us at that point. We're on like 60 hours of working straight, and just fueled by shitty coffee and gas station food.
it's a recipe for disaster. Jesus, I mean, you're driving this massive equipment, and
Yeah, well, working when we work out of state, we bring skid steers with us. We don't bring any of the big equipment.
oh, gotcha.
So I
Okay,
mean, we're driving plow trucks hauling a trailer with a skid steer on it, and
okay,
but
okay. A
yeah,
little bit different, still. Yeah, we
yeah,
couldn't live up here without the snow moving equipment. I mean, you just can't. I mean,
yeah,
you
oh yeah,
depend on it. You get 4 foot of snow overnight, and a lot of places it's not going away for a week unless you get rid of it.
yeah,
But it's worth it because the rest of the year is amazing.
yeah.
The rest of the year is
But
amazing.
so I mean, besides that, I've done construction. Uh, I've been a bouncer. And I've owned my own business for a couple years. where I was selling saltwater fish and corals and setting up and
Oh,
maintaining saltwater tanks for people and everything else. So,
gotcha.
but
I
that
didn't
was
know about
more
that.
like that was more of a part-time thing that I did. Well, on the side thing because it certainly wasn't part-time, but it was while I was still working full-time for one of the pallet companies, I was doing that on the side as well.
Gotcha. What about the art? I know you're very artistic too. Have you ever done that for maybe not a living, but as a source, a big source of your income?
So I've done two art shows, two gallery shows, in the past. One of them I did in Hudson Falls. It was like an interactive music festival art show kind of thing, and so I had a bunch of my paintings displayed under black lights because that particular series of paintings I did to react with blacklight, but I also did them in a manner that they would be reactive to chroma depth 3D glasses. So not only were they UV reactive, but they were also three-dimensional.
Wow.
So it's quite the trippy exhibit going on. And then I did a pop-up gallery showing in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, nice.
So
How long ago was that?
that was 4 years ago.
Okay, not very long. Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
and
you have
both
any of
both
your
times
art? Do you have anything by you that you could just show real quick? Is there anything
I
like
don't.
within? Okay, okay. I
No.
know we've seen
Okay.
some of it before.
And that's the thing is, like, I thought I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, all right, I'll bring some of my artwork down in case he asks about it. And did I? No.
That's all right. That's all right. We've
But
seen
yeah,
some of
so
it before, and you know,
yeah,
always interested. So anytime you're on a stream next time, I love to see some more of it because I know you're
yeah,
another
and
one of
I mean,
our
I'll
amazing
I'll probably
artists.
be hanging up some of it down here around the fish room and stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, I done it. I did the two art shows, and both times, the one in Hudson Falls, New York, I sold all but one painting that I brought with me. And then the one in Brooklyn, I sold everything that I brought, which was I think I had 25 paintings with me that night.
Wow.
So, and I've
Wow.
shipped painting I've shipped them to Belgium. I think was the furthest away that somebody bought one of my paintings, through Facebook and stuff, and I've shipped it there. A couple to Canada, couple different states in the U.S. and stuff. So I'm an international arts dealer.
That's pretty cool, and I like the gesture too. Like
Yeah,
what you got now, you know.
yeah. So I mean, I have a wide range of talents, I guess.
It sounds like it. You've done a lot of different things. And again, just for anybody that's come in, this whole first half, we're not going to be looking to chat or anything. So if you're saying hi and we don't respond, that's why we're not ignoring you, but we are. In the second half, in about 15 minutes or so, we will open up and let you guys ask questions and we'll dig into that stuff. Have you always been artistic? I mean, have you, as a kid, were you really into doing different things, or what? How'd you
Oh
fall
yeah,
into
I
it or
mean,
discover you had it?
yeah. So the earliest instance where like something like that happened is I think I was in fourth or fifth grade. I had drawn a picture for one of the art classes, and they were doing an art show and stuff, and that picture was actually published in a newspaper and stuff. And so, I mean, that's the earliest instance where like any of my artwork was publicly
Gotcha.
displayed and stuff. So,
That's
but
pretty
yeah,
cool.
I've always pretty much been an artistic person. Either drawing or painting or photography. I do as well and stuff. So
Music too. I feel like
yeah,
you're musically
I
involved
play
somehow.
piano.
Piano. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I love classical music, and I play classical piano. So
You and Bob Steamfort could do a like a duet type piano dueling thing. He's really into playing piano as well.
yeah,
That would be a lot of fun. Um, what about let's shift gears a little bit. I mean, that is a wide range of different stuff. I mean, just all the different things that you've done. You're a Renaissance man. That's
yeah,
oh, real quick before we get too far, collecting. You love to do, which I love to too.
yeah,
Collecting, not just plants, but you collect fish, you collect driftwood, you collect everything for your aquariums. Not, I
yeah.
mean, not
Pretty
for every aquarium, but what
Pretty
other
much,
kinds of
pretty
stuff
much
have you
everything.
collected?
So I mean, I have 4 or 5 gallon buckets that are full of various hardscape materials. One of them being creek bed sand, one of them being a slate based sand, which is a larger grain, and it's also made from shale and slate, so it's gray instead of the very fine grain tan stuff that you see in this tank behind me.
Yeah.
I mean, I collect driftwood, leaf litter, fish, plants.
I know you had rainbow shiners, and those are gone crazy, right? You're actually shipping
Yeah.
some of those out to people.
Yep. I just shipped out 85 of them Monday.
And you've got tons more.
Yeah, I've got about 320 more fry right now.
Excuse me.
In various stages of development. One batch that I have still is probably 3, almost 4 weeks old, and then the other batch is only about 6 days old. So.
And bluegills, I know they're behind you, right? Aren't there some bluegills in that tank?
Yeah, the tank behind me is a 180-gallon Lake Champlain Biotope, and that has 2 pumpkin seeds, a bluegill, a rock bass, and a bowfin.
Nice. I wonder if we can. I'm going to put you on the big screen just for a minute to see if we can't see anything going on in there. But I love it. It just looks so natural. It's so natural.
You want me to move my big head out of the way?
No, you're good. You're good. Now I can't tell which one is that, the bluegill or the pumpkin seed.
So this guy here is the pumpkin seed.
Okay. That's a beautiful tank.
Thank you. And I don't see the other guys right now. They were just around, but they're probably up in the back corners or something.
Yeah, that is amazing. It just, because it does. You did a very, very good job of capturing natural.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like when I set up stuff like this, I don't try to make them well scaped and manicured and beautiful, because that's just not how nature is. Nature is chaotic.
Messy.
And that's that's the wabi sabi, is the beauty in chaos.
A beautiful, beautiful tank. Okay. All right. Now shifting gears a little bit. You sort of hobbies, with your artwork and stuff like that. But what other types of hobbies outside of fish keeping do you have? Or let's say even outside of pet keeping, because I believe you keep some other pets as well, right?
Yes, we have 15 snakes and a Chihuahua gecko.
A what gecko?
A Chihuahua gecko. He's a species of New Caledonian gecko. It's similar to crested geckos.
Okay.
But Chihuahuas are slightly larger and prettier.
Chihuahua.
They're called I think the common name for them, or one of the terms used, is mossy prehensile tail gecko, because they literally look like they're covered in green and white and red moss, and
nice.
And they have a prehensile tail. So,
I want to do Thursday. I'm going to do a stream showing off pets, and if you haven't already, because I haven't looked at all the pictures I have, I would love to see some pictures of that guy, girl. Whatever.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he's actually in a custom built, vivarium that I built myself and stuff. So, which I guess that would be another hobby of mine, is I love to, to build stuff, and that includes fish tanks, because like my 73-gallon stream tank, I built that custom built myself completely. All from reclaimed glass from other fish tanks, and the bottom pane is an old bar top that I cut down. And stuff,
that's cool. Yeah, that's like Steven too. He did I think his 90-gallon he built, but it wasn't reclaimed glass, but still same idea. Yeah. So excuse me. I'm so sorry. I still got this cough and I'm trying to kick it. And I know I've got a mute button right here and I never use it. So
so other hobbies, I guess, would include hiking. I love being outdoors, hiking, camping.
Oh, hiking. I thought you said planking.
Yeah. No.
That doesn't seem like a very
Hiking.
good hobby. Hiking. Okay, gotcha. Yep, yep.
And anything outdoors related and stuff, and like that's in artwork, when I get a chance to do it and stuff. So it's pretty much the extent of my current hobbies.
Gotcha. I'm with you right there too. I love the outdoor stuff. I mean, I wish I could do
Yeah.
as much as I used to, but um, yeah, it's definitely it's good for you. I don't care who you are. Being outdoors in nature restores you, and it's good for your demeanor. It's good for your health. I mean, it's just there's nothing. There's no negative to it. There's no negative to it. If you can get outside, get outside.
Absolutely.
So we have quite a bit in common, except I have no artistic skills whatsoever in any field, genre, anything. I have nothing. I'm okay with that. That's at this point in my life, who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I can't appreciate good art because we have so many amazing. And now you did give us a piece of artwork for Vinay's auctions, didn't you?
Yes, which
Yeah.
Xanadu won.
He won quite a few things.
Yeah.
And you sent me a picture of it, but I don't recall what it was. What was it that
So my particular style when it comes to painting is I do acrylic pour paintings where you basically pour the paint onto the canvas after mixing various colors and stuff. And then you pour it out on the canvas, spread it around a bit and let it dry. Well, that's a typical pour painting. Well, once they dry for me, I go back through and I'll embellish kind of, and either I have one of two methods. Either one, I just draw or paint something completely random over top of it, that whatever design or whatever I want to put on it, or I'll spend a lot of time going through and highlighting images that I see in the painting itself.
Gotcha.
And then, bringing those out and stuff.
Gotcha.
So the one that Xanadu one was kind of when I did it, it kind of reminded me of like an ocean scene and stuff. So I painted an anemone and two clownfish on it that were UV reactive.
That's right. Okay. I'm remembering it now. Yeah. I mean, that was only 2 months ago, but I have a hard time with, yesterday. So yeah, it was a beautiful piece of artwork, and Xanadu was very cool. Very lucky to get that. Yeah. I mean, he also got some amazing artwork, leggings that I won't tell you which leggings they were, but they're amazing. And I even signed them. I mean, oh, all right. So most of your hobbies sound like it's more physical stuff. I mean, you're not real big into like video games and reading and that type of stuff. You prefer to be outdoors and doing all that kind of.
Well, one of my other hobbies would be like researching specific biotopes and stuff like that. I guess that's kind of a hobby for mine. But that kind of stems around fish keeping, so that's why I didn't include that. But I mean, I love to read, so reading, I guess, is probably a hobby. I just don't get very much time to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't play many video games anymore. So, but
I do. So I always try to find that, commonality with people.
Yeah.
I just
finished. I'm a big sci-fi horror fan. So
we do have that in common. Not so much horror. You ever watch Larry D? Do you know? Are you familiar with Larry D?
Yeah.
He's in the Fish Fam. He does a bunch of horror stuff. Really super into it. And hot sauce too. He does a lot of hot sauce and horror. That's Larry D. Hot sauce.
Cooking, I guess, is another hobby of mine. I'm a very good cook as well.
Yeah, and is that because of those years at the Italian restaurant, or just sort of a byproduct? You already enjoyed it.
That probably stems from it, but like I just enjoy cooking and specifically cooking for other people and stuff, and just bringing pleasure to other people, I guess, is a joy of mine.
Gotcha. That's a cool thing. Yeah, that's
always. If I'm having a shit day and I do something nice for somebody else, it makes me feel better.
Yeah. You get that response from that person. I understand that. Yep, I get that. And what would be your favorite dish to cook, or favorite whatever meal, entire meal, or what's one thing that you really really like to cook?
I make a mean chili lime salmon.
Ooh.
So it's salmon with chili and lime juice and a little bit of honey and stuff, and saute it, and then broil it with some mixed vegetables,
Now we're talking.
onions, bell peppers, and
So
serve it over brown rice.
your wife must also be a good cook, because that's
Yeah,
sort of what she's cooking right
she's
now, right?
yeah, she was. I don't know. I think it sounds like she's finished, but she was a culinary student and stuff. So, and now she's a hairstylist.
How long have you guys been together?
3 years.
3 years, okay. And
Yeah.
how did you meet?
Through Facebook. I think I added her as a friend, and then liked a bunch of her pictures, and then sent her a message saying that I loved her artwork, because she's also a very talented artist.
Nice.
And we got to talking about art and stuff, and then I asked her out on a date, and I never left her house, and now we own the house.
Wow, that sounds real familiar. That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
when you know it's
yeah.
just right. It
Now,
just feels
now
right.
we own the house and have 2 kids and everything else.
You really once you decide to put down your roots, you really put them down quick.
Yeah.
I'm moving in. I mean, that's all. It was a great date last night, so I'm moving in.
Yeah, I had a great time, and it was great. It was the second date. She made homemade ravioli with like a pumpkin sage filling in them and stuff, and like I thought it was great, but she was mortified because she thought that they were undercooked and too thick and stuff, and I'm like, it tasted great to me.
You're making me hungry. You guys must eat well. If you both love to cook so much, you guys must really, yeah. I had friggin' McDonald's before we started this, and I had to chow it
Yeah.
down because my Michelle was out doing stuff, and she got home a little late. So I was like, I was trying to, I didn't get any salmon or pumpkin ravioli tonight.
Yeah, so I think she cooked salmon, shrimp, and chicken with mixed vegetables and rice.
Oh, so I mean, you guys would cook that for me if I just showed up? I mean, just out of the blue one day?
Oh yeah,
Hey,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, that'd be all right. All right, you got to send me your address when we're done.
Like, what do you want for dinner? All right, let me run to the market real quick.
I'm just gonna show up. I'll bring my own utensils even.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're just about halfway through. So, and again, and Kenny's he's limited on time tonight, so we're going to try and get right in within right about an hour.
Yeah,
So
you gotta
now's
keep
the
them
time.
toddlers on a schedule, man.
Yeah, and that's good. I get it. 100%. You've got the 2 kids.
Yep.
And your son is the 2 boys.
2
forgot
boys.
already.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
told
we
me.
have 2 boys. I have a 17 or an 18-month-old boy and a 7-week-old boy as well. Julian and Damien.
Oh, nice. As long as Julian doesn't grow up to always have a drink in his hand.
Yeah.
Trailer Park Boys, you watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right, just making sure.
I got the reference.
So we'll open it up to the chat here in just a second. But is there anything you want to tell people? Is there anything we didn't touch on? Is there anything, or even if there's something coming up that you got going on, videos or something, anything you want to tell people about? Or
I mean, sorry, I saw behind me the sunfish chasing each other. But so last I checked, I was 34 away from 500. And when I hit that milestone, I'm going to be doing a giveaway.
Okay.
Do a live stream giveaway. So if you're subscribed, you'll get a notification, or should get a notification. But so the giveaway will consist of a $50 gift card to Jonah's Aquarium, who's an online seller of North American native fish.
Yes.
A $50 gift card to Aquarium Co-op, and a group of my five of my rainbow shiners that I'm breeding. Or more, probably more.
And we talked about this, and I can't remember what your answer was. This isn't all of that is one giveaway, or you're going to have 3 separate?
No, I think I'm going to do 3 separate giveaways, because there's probably, like, some people might not be interested or might not be able to keep North American natives.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do 3 separate giveaways.
And do you go watch Cold Water Aquatics often?
Oh yeah. I'm a mod for Brandon and Ness.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe that's where I might have even seen you first.
Yeah, I think that's the first place I met you was in
Yeah,
Maple Street Aquatics
yeah, yeah.
back
That
in a day.
I do like going there. First of all, both of them are just cool people, but
Yeah,
they're very high on Jonah's too. I know that they've purchased some of their stuff from him, but most of their
yeah.
stuff they've collected themselves.
A,
But
a couple of fish that I have. Well, actually, quite a few of the fish that I have came from Jonah's Aquarium, and came from Mark there.
I there was something he had. It was like a emerald darter or something. I can't remember. He had something that I really wanted, but yeah, their prices aren't
Maybe
great.
greenside darters.
What's that?
Is it greenside darter?
I don't remember exactly. I remember it was green. That's all I remember. It was
Yeah,
green.
so that's a greenside darter, which you could probably actually catch if you tried. I think the closest they are to us is like New Jersey
Oh, okay.
and Washington and like that area.
Whatever this was native to New York. I
Yeah,
don't remember though what kind of fish it was, but I know it was like minnows. Well, I shouldn't say minnow sized because minnows can get friggin' big, But
yeah.
it was.
Greenside darters get I think they max out around 4.5 inches.
See, I don't even think it was that then because it was something I think that was smaller. It doesn't matter, regardless. I
Yeah,
believe it was something that was in New York, and I do want to try more collecting this year. I went right into the bay, but this year I want to go back into the creeks and stuff and see what I can
yeah,
get back there besides killed by a snapping turtle.
yeah. I
Um,
just did a collecting trip 2 weeks ago down in Virginia. I went down to southern West Virginia and all over West Virginia, um, a bunch of different locations collecting North American natives and bringing them back here because I'm starting a breeding program for some of the species that I collected.
nice. So the whole trip was just specifically for that.
Yep, yep.
Nice.
It was
And do you
a
do that?
11 and a half hour drive to our first location, and then spent probably 2 hours there and moved to the second spot and then to the third spot and fourth spot, and then uh, I think we left and drove back to New York at about 6:30 at night and got back at 5:30 the next morning.
Yeah. And
So
you say you and your wife, is she interested in doing it
no,
too, or do
no,
you have
it's
somebody else?
another NANFA member that I'm friends with that's local to me.
Okay.
And
Uh,
NANFA is the North American Native Fish Association.
is is there anybody around you that's other fish tubers that's close? You said the Farrells were probably the closest, but none of this guy or person is not a fish tuber.
No,
Nobody.
he's not. No,
Gotcha. Okay. Is he interested in it in any way?
I don't think so. I think he's an older gentleman. I think he was like 68 or something.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but he just
I mean,
I think he has like 100 plus tanks in his house,
yeah,
and he's just not interested in doing the whole
yeah,
YouTube thing and stuff.
yeah. I get it. I get it. I just always trying to, I'm trying to always grow the fish fam. So when I hear
Yeah,
about people like that, just always okay. Um, and do you know what day of the week are you planning that stream to be, or is it just whenever you hit 500, you'll decide?
yeah. As soon as I hit 500, I'll schedule the stream accordingly
Okay.
and work around my schedule and stuff and
Okay.
what works for most people.
And
Try to
hopefully,
find a good balance time to do it.
and hopefully I haven't even been looking, like I said, but I'm hoping that the mods have been dropping your link and people are hitting you up. Um, you've been, I don't know, we've been talking at least 6 months. I would say maybe even longer than that. Um,
Yeah,
so
6 8 months, something like that.
we see you all the time now. You're a big part of the fish fam, and just like everybody else, we want to support everybody. So if you're not subscribed to ABC to Keni, take a look at his content, and see if you like it, and give him a subscribe. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like what's over there. So
And to
subscribe.
give a little background on my channel, I keep North Biotope aquariums, and that's pretty much it. And I try to, my goal through my channel is to, showcase the beauty that is the North American native fish, and try to encourage habitat preservation and conservation and stuff through educating people about, fish that they could catch in their own backyard.
Love it. Yeah, because I think, I don't remember we're having this conversation just the other day, but we don't talk about North American fish hardly at all. We don't. And there are some very beautiful ones.
Yeah. I mean, there's fish that rival any tropical fish,
Yeah, we need to shine a light on them better. And I have two bluegills and I don't know, half a dozen, or no, there's probably a dozen fathead minnows in there, ruby fathead minnows together. And one of my bluegills is it's weird because one of them is growing like crazy fast, and the other one's growing, but not like near as fast. Like,
I don't know if you guys can see, but the bowfin is out. He's like, he's like right here.
Let's put you back on the solo. Oh yeah, there we go.
He's very reclusive and doesn't come out very often, so it's surprising to see him out. And if I move the camera closer to the tank, he's probably going to dart away. But
yeah, you got to act like you don't see him. We're not looking at you. No, what? He's looking right at us. What? What is that? He looks very grumpy. Ugh.
So that's my male sub-adult bowfin, Mia Calva.
Now, how big will he get?
He'll get probably max out around 26 inches, where females will get 30 plus.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
And I guess you also get a closer up view of my tank.
So what else? What are all the different plants in there? Is that hornwort? What's the
So I've got two different plants in here. You can see the hornwort here, and here. And then this plant here is Potamogeton robinsi. It's Robin's pondweed is the common name, but it's also a native plant that I collected.
I need to get some of that. I've gotten plenty of hornwort.
So I mean, those are the only two plants in there. And then this massive driftwood log that I collected. Everything in this tank is locally collected.
Love it. Just absolutely love it.
This guy's like a freaking puppy. Anytime I'm sitting in front of the tank, the bluegills and pumpkin seeds like to come out and sit right there and look at me.
I've noticed that with mine too. Again, he's not very big. He's only I don't think he's 4 inches yet, but he's definitely very interested in anytime I'm around in the room. If I turn around right now, he's probably looking at me. He's always very interested. Always very interested.
Then there's also a tiny rock bass in here who's only about 2 inches. Somewhere.
What's the lighting? The lighting is really cool too. What did you do there? How you just got spotlights on it? I love how it's coming down and like filtering through.
Give me a second here.
Sure. Sorry, I know we didn't plan all that.
No, it's cool. I love showing off my tank. So,
and people in the chat, please get your questions ready too. I said we were going to open it up at any second now. As soon as we do this, we'll open it up. In fact, you can start putting them in there now if you would.
So the lighting, I'm using two 50-watt LED floodlights.
Okay.
And I've got two of them, one on each end of the. Oh, look, there's the rock beds. Oops.
Look at him.
How big he is in comparison to the bluegill.
Oh, yeah.
And he's still he hangs out and holds his own. But yeah, these lights are only about an inch off the water, and having that close, you get a very narrow stream of light, which kind of, gives it more accent.
Yeah, it does. It does look more natural, like it's just peeking through all the plants and litter and all that type of stuff that would be on the top.
There's leaf litter floating in there that'll eventually sink and degrade.
Very cool. Beautiful. Paul says the issue with keeping native fish is that in quite a few states, keeping them is either highly regulated or completely legal. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're going to keep natives, check your local laws and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. And even it can be different, even in just very local laws, not just statewide, but a lot of times, things can be different county to county, even.
So speaking of collecting, here's a lot of the driftwood I've collected.
Nice.
Just
Yeah. See, that's the kind of stuff I look for too. The one you just picked up is perfect. That's exactly the kind of stuff I go for. Is all that interesting stuff, That is very cool. I like it.
Another feed.
Let's see. And Eric Wyrock wants to know, what's your favorite sandwich?
My favorite sandwich? I gotta go tuna. So tuna sandwich.
Yeah,
that's my go-to.
Well, yeah. Scotty would like to know if you're coming to the Clash, and I know that's to be a yes. And
yes.
But he also wants to know if you're submitting artwork into the competition, and if you're going to do a vendor table there.
I didn't know there was a art competition.
Yeah, within the fish show, which is massive, there's all different types of things, but there is a category for artwork.
Here's all my locally collected hardscaping materials.
Gotcha.
I'd have to. I mean, I'd probably not, honestly, because it sounds like a lot more work than I want to do.
That top piece of wood, the one that's standing up, it does look like the mouth of something. It does.
And that's, so this stand it's on is a 6 foot by 2 foot stand.
Yeah.
So that's a massive piece of wood.
It's cool. I don't think it's a whole lot of work really to enter into the show. I mean, I don't want to push you, but I know that you are a great artist, and I don't know that there's a ton of art entered into the competition. So, just saying, your chances are high.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's probably something I'd look into. I'm definitely interested in entering the aquascaping competition.
There was something else. Oh, there we go. Rebecca. She said, I like hornwort as it's found native in the UK. I wouldn't collect it from the wild, though.
Yeah.
I have. I mean, I have a few times. I got a bunch of scuds off the one time, which was sort of cool.
I mean, I culture scuds. So this is one of my culture tanks. I culture I grow ramhorn snails, bladder snails, and scuds in this tank, but it's also home to my Heterodendron formosa, or least killifish.
Now is that hornwort there too? It looks different.
This is all hornwort, yeah. And then this right here is mermaid's weed, which is another
I'm seeing another
native plant.
Okay. I should I'll look into that mermaid. I think I did look into the mermaid's weed. I feel like Myrtle told me about it, or I looked it up and I caught some. I picked some out one time and had it there. Okay, so I'm scrolling down, and if you do have questions for Keni, please do the @Rico stand for me.
Yeah, if you guys want, I could do a little fish room tour too, real quick.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Just take us around, and I'll ask questions while we're going.
Here's some jars that I'm culturing Daphnia and copods and Fusoria in. And this is just all I do to grow these is I just take some tank water and clean out my sponge filters in them, and then set them in a sunny window. And if this will focus, I don't think it'll focus, but like this thing is loaded with life.
That's cool. Yeah, I would like to do that too. Somebody else was talking about that.
And one with this is just maple leaves and stuff that I've collected from outside and rainwater. Then another jar. And I use that to feed my fry. So I've got that tank, which I showed you, my bar, which is also my workstation for, soon to be anything I want to film that I'm doing will be right here. My Fish Fam wall of fame for all the Fish Fam stickers. My various foods, my various aquarium and native fish related books. Brine shrimp. all my camera gear. Empty tanks. Empty tank. This is a 48-gallon column tank. That's going to be a blind cave tetra biotope.
Oh, cool. That's a different type too. I like seeing those types of tanks, especially when you can figure out something that fits them so well.
I had this up to eliminate glare, but this is my fry grill out for my rainbow shiners.
Nice, and that looks a lot like Master Breeder Dean's setup there.
Yeah, it's modeled off of it. With the power head.
Yeah.
Running water up through the different hoses, and then these guys are demoing it. They're about they're 5 or 6 days old.
Look at them.
Yeah, I mean, there's easily 150 fry in there. They're all scattered around, and actually, this mass right here is fry.
So cool looking. Yeah.
And all these guys. That's just a 20-gallon tank.
Mikey wants to know where the snakes are.
The snakes are upstairs, which I can't really go up there to show you.
Yeah, maybe another time. Mike's going to be very disappointed, though. He's probably going to flip a table. I don't have the WoW video from Saturday Morning Cartoons, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah, and then this is the breeding room. So it's just a little room off of my basement, or in my basement, rather. Don't look at that mess over there. That's got to be cleaned out.
That's what my office always looks like.
Rainbow shiners.
Wait. Go back to them again. Let me. Yeah. Look at. Beautiful.
They're colored way down right now.
They're still beautiful.
Yeah.
Scotty said that the registration will be in a month or 2 or 3, and it's only going to cost $4 to $5 per entry. So if you want to join, there's not much to it. And Scotty can, I don't want to offer his services, but Scotty is in charge of things, and he can make sure you're set up easily.
Yeah, I mean that's something I'll think about. Yeah.
Let's see. And again, people, if you would, please do the @Rico stand for me.
Yeah.
So I can see things. Oinky says, sending my native New Yorker to you both. Sending from Middletown, New York. Super excited to meet you both at the Clash. And what's your favorite fish?
My favorite fish would be so favorite in general or favorite that I own?
Let's say both. What's your favorite that you own first?
My favorite that I own, I think, would be either my rainbow shiners or these guys, my mountain red bellied bass.
Those are cool too. Now, how big would those get? Is that one big one with the yellow right there? Is that about as big as they get?
Yeah, that's about as big as they get. 3.5 inches.
Yeah. Okay.
And they get super, like if you look up their breeding colors, they get super beautiful, like red and white in their belly and stuff, and beautiful like yellow fins and gold in them.
And what about your favorite fish overall then?
Does that look familiar?
That does look familiar. I believe that was in my tank just a week ago. It looks like it fared pretty well. It's a little bit yellowed, but it was in a box for a week, so.
But my favorite fish overall would be Chana bacara. It's a species of snakehead.
Oh, okay. Paul Satara would like to know if there's any reason why you don't paint the back of your tanks.
I was in a hurry to set them up and didn't paint them. I mean, this one is empty, and you can see it's painted. These will be next time I do a water change. I'll paint the back of them.
And you went with is that a white color on those instead of most people do so many you usually see dark colors, but you went more white.
No, it's like a charcoal gray.
Oh, really? See, it looks very white on there. It almost looks like a cream color. Oh, see, now we can see at that angle. Yeah, it was just a trick of it was just
it's like a dark gray.
Light bending. Gotcha.
Refraction.
There's KJE Aquatics, your neighbor.
Yeah, and these are some of the actually everything in here was collected in Virginia 2 weeks ago.
Nice. So what are those we're looking at?
So the larger fish in the middle are a combination of bluehead creek chubs and central stone rollers. And then that guy that's freaking out, that is a mottled sculpin.
Sculpins are very cool. Yeah, I do like those.
The guy straight back in the middle, that's a fantail darter. The little sucker fish is a hognose or northern hognose sucker.
Nice. Very cool. Like him.
That guy is a Roanoke darter. And a little tessellated darter as well. Another little northern hogsucker.
Can you sex those? Do you know if you have a pair or not?
I don't know yet.
Okay. If you get some of those, we need to talk in the future.
The hogsuckers?
Yeah.
And there's another sculpin, a mottled sculpin.
Look at that mouth.
Dude. Yeah.
Looks grumpy.
And there's another one. And another one.
And these are all from Virginia.
Yeah, these are all from Smith River, which is in southwest Virginia.
Now, are they widespread as well in other places, or is that really the only place you find most of these specific ones?
The only species in here that you wouldn't find other places probably is the Roanoke darter.
Okay.
And, that's this guy here. But everything else in here is pretty much from other spots too. Pretty widespread.
Paul Sotero, any dwarf sunfish in the collection?
Not yet.
And even though we didn't get to see the snakes, I think Mike was okay with that because he does like sculpins, so he's not going to be coming for you.
Yeah. I'm going to turn my camera back around now.
Okay. We got just a few minutes left, people, so hit me up with some questions. And Oinky wants to know, as an artist, have you ever considered painting a mural on the backs and sides of one of your tanks? And wow, you just you gave me a memory, Oinky, because my brother did that for my grandpa. I just remembered my grandpa when I was very little had a fish tank, and he wanted my brother to paint something on the side of it, and my brother did, and then my grandpa was very upset with whatever it was. I guess it turned out really bad or something, and he was very upset with him. Anyways, but have you done that? Have you ever?
I have not done it, but that is something that I've toyed with. The idea of doing.
And what would you do? Would you do like a natural type landscape type thing from the area there? You think? Or what would you
I would probably keep it a little simpler and have like a faded color background, so it looks like everything's actually fading out into the distance.
Okay. Yep. I've seen some of that type stuff with lighting that you can do to make it really look. It's amazing.
Yeah, doing like the shadow boxes behind the tank and stuff.
Yeah. Keith would like to know if you collected some of those with Mike Lucas.
I did.
Okay.
Mike Lucas is who I went to Virginia with.
There we go. Dr. Awesome has taken off, going over to Alex's, who will be starting in just a few minutes. Let's see. And Scotty says, visit Keith at the Clash. You'll find his table next to his BFF, Michael's Fish Room.
Yeah, actually, I met Keith at the Unica swap meet, KJE Aquatics.
Yeah, I met him at a swap meet too last year. In fact, it was right about a year ago. The one in Syracuse for the CNYAS. And you're not going to that this year, right?
No.
Okay.
The only event that I'll be attending is the Clash.
Okay.
Which happens to be the weekend of my birthday. So.
Oh, nice. Well, we'll help you celebrate. Help you celebrate. I've been thinking about maybe going. Keith, are you going to be at the CNYAS this weekend? I've been thinking about maybe going, and I might be going to Pennsylvania in May too. But okay, we're just a few minutes left. Again, thanks so much. Here, I'm going to take you off the solo here. Thanks for the tour too. I like that. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and letting us get to know you some more. I can't wait till we can hang out at the Clash. It's going to be a blast. Anybody
I'm
who's
excited
on the
to
fence,
meet everybody in person. So
yeah, it's going to be amazing. And I don't even know how many people are going to be there. We don't know, Fish Fam, how many. We still don't have a good count. I'm thinking north of 50, but I don't honestly know. I know last year we had 20 some at our dinner that we did, and there was about 26 or so at the event total. Again, just Fish Fam people. And so many more people have said they're going to go this year. It's going to be a lot more. The NECA is the same day, so I'll be in Connecticut. Okay. And what species of snakes do you have? Lady Rorschach would like to know.
So we have, I'm trying to count in my head. So we have nine BCC boas, which are, it's a true Colombian red-tail boa. And then we have, so we have 15 total, I think, now. We had 17. We got rid of 2 of them. So 9. And so we have 6 ball python morphs.
Nice. I'm not a snake guy. They don't bother me by any means.
All but 3 of them are actually my wife. So
Gotcha. Is she into fish keeping at all, really?
No,
but she does like the reptiles.
She listens to me talk about it and stuff, but she's not. It's not something she's into.
And what does she like to keep other than the snakes? Anything?
Just snakes.
Just you?
Yeah, snakes. Me, our kids.
All right. Michelle E. She says, "Thanks so much, Rico and Kenny, for the great live. Thanks for being here, everybody."
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing any other questions, and that's a good time because we did try to keep it to an hour. Next week we have Bex. Bex will be our guest. We have Alexander Engelhart after that, and then Paul Sotera. So month of May is filling out very nicely. Let's see. There's still a bunch of great streams tonight. Alex starts up any minute now, or he might have already started. Susan's probably done. You've got Bentley Pasco tonight. You've got Hippie John and Whizzle. Actually, it's always going to be Whizzle. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite streams to hang out with is those 2 guys.
Yeah, they're good guys.
I go up on stream with them a lot. I'm part of the late night streamer crew.
Gotcha. I'm not usually. Thursday night's my only late night. I'm usually sleeping by like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I help out Bentley. I mod for him, and then once in a while I check out Dr. Black for a little bit. So anyways, there's still a ton of streams left tonight. You can check it out at fishfam.link and see who's coming up. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. Again, anything you want to tell everybody before we leave? And I'll keep my hands off the mouse because I love to.
I don't think you asked, but one of the things is I have a lot of experience in the hobby. Like I've got 22 years that I've been keeping fish as a hobby and not, and probably half of that is in saltwater. So I've got a very wide range of knowledge when it comes to fish keeping and natural biotopes and stuff like that. So
gotcha. So check him out. Check out his channel.
Yeah.
And if you need anything, he does deliver locally, Keith says.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
That's nice to know.
Yeah, Keith is like 12 or 15 minutes at most away from me. Like if he's in chat, right? Yeah. So I live over by Union College. I'm sure you know where that is, Keith.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. We'll see you on all the streams later this week. But
Well, I'll be in some of the streams later tonight. I just got to put the kids to sleep, and then I'll be lurking probably in Alex's stream because it's one of the ones I love to watch.
yeah, Alex's is a great stream. You know, Bentley's is too, and I feel like he doesn't get as much. I don't know. Bentley's very intelligent, very great. You know, great guy. I just feel like a lot of people don't go into Bentley's as much, and you really should. You're missing out on a great stream. All right, guys,
Yep.
take care.